Now we're ready to model a cup, as we have already finished studying the basic concepts on modeling. Open the image in the Reference Course folder to guide you while you create your model. See the format in 3ds Max. You start modeling by defining the first geometry. Analyze the reference image and you will be able to select a primitive cylinder shape, which is most similar to our object. Then access the command panel, create geometry, and then click the cylinder. Create the cylinder in the perspective viewport. Type 5 cm for the radius and type 8 cm for the height. Notice how the measurements for this design is centimeters. Press the F4 key to view the object mesh. See here. Analyzing the reference, you see there are two segments for the height of the cup. Keep the value as 1 in cap segments. Look at the image again to know the number of sides. There are 10 sides. Then you will type 10 in the sides field. Our primitive is structured based on our definitions. The next step is to create the details in the mesh. Right-click the object. Then you will see the Quad menu. Select the Convert to Editable Poly option. Now the object is an editable mesh. Let's make the cup base diameter smaller than the rest. Then the Modify tab, Command panel, and access the Selection group and select Vertex. Select the vertices under the cylinder. Apply the Select and Scale tool to scale these vertices at 68% on the X and Y axis. You can see this scale value on the lower bar. See how it looks. As you see, the object is now closed, and now let's create the inner part of the cup. We'll erase the upper polygons and apply a modifier to create the object thickness. To do this, access the Command panel Modify option again in the Selection group and select Polygon. Now you can select the upper surfaces on our object. Select them and then press Del to delete them. Look at the inside part, which is black and that won't be rendered. This is because Max reads only one side of a polygon. This visible side is named Normal. Use the Shell modifier to create the thickness of the object. Access the Modifiers menu, Parametric Deformer, and click Shell. Then, on the Modifiers tab, Command panel, access the inner amount and type 0.4 centimeters to define the inner thickness. And in the outer amount, type 0.0 to create the cap handle. Then, to facilitate your work, rotate the object. So the face of the handle will be perpendicular to the x-axis, as you can see here. Let's sketch the shape of the handle in the front view. On the Create Shapes tab, click Line and draw as you see here. Look here, now we'll trace this line we just drew as a path for modeling the handle. Select the cylinder, convert this object again into an editable poly, and in Selection on the Modify tab, let's click Polygon and select a polygon on the upper part of the cup. In Edit Polygons, click Insert Settings and type 0.7 for the insert amount. Let's apply this to decrease the size of the polygon base for extruding, since in our reference, the handle does not reach the top part of the cup. After the face is selected, click Extrude Along Spline in the Edit Polygon option. Click Pick Spline, and after that, the recently created line. In the Segments field, type 6, then click OK. See how it looks. Observe the object shapes are not smoothened. So now we'll enable this tool in order to smoothen the object. Roll the mouse on the Modify tab to the subdivision surface. Enable the Use NURBS subdivision option. Type 2 in Iterations. See how the shape is much smoother. Let's do this applying a chamfer to the edges, as they have to be more defined. In Selection, select Edges, and then select all the edges that need to be more well-defined. Apply chamfer to it. In Settings, type 0.08. See how it looks. In this practical exercise, you have practiced the basic concepts you learned in the modeling class. We have designed an object based on a real reference using primitives, editing, and modifiers.